This is a common theme that I see with a lot of my coaching clients who have lost interest and motivation after working years at the same company. The work that used to excite them just feels stale, or the honeymoon phase they had with their team has turned to jadedness. They want to try something new, but the thought of change scares the crap out of them. Here's what their internal dialogue looks like. What if I make the wrong choice? Fail, waste time. What if people think that I'm crazy for jumping from a nice cushy career path? After all, the world feels a lot more uncertain than ever these days. So if you are facing the same challenge, I've got some good news for you. In this video, I'm gonna show you a simple exercise that you can do right now that'll instantly break you out of this paralyzing inertia and give you the confidence to chase your potential. And towards the end of the video, I'll explain why this technique is so effective and why it's not just based on wishful, positive thinking, but rather grounded in deconstructive reasoning that will shape your strategy to get the hell out of your current situation. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. I'm Sheng, and I'm a full-time strategy consultant helping people and companies parse through life's noise so they can think clearly and take decisive action. I'm also a former corporate strategist with Google and Niantic Labs, and spent the past decade working with some of the top executives in the world to navigate some of the most competitive markets. All right, guys, here's the hard truth. There is no such thing as safe choices these days. And in fact, the safest choices actually make us more complacent, which turns out to be more dangerous in a rapidly changing world that's being disrupted on literally a weekly basis. So we might as well prep ourselves to take some chances. Here's the real story of one of my clients. Let's call him James. James works as the partnership director at a big tech company with branches in China. He's always had this lifelong dream of living abroad the US, but his mind was filled with a million reasons why now was the worst time to move overseas, especially China. And honestly, the backdrop is far from ideal. We've got geopolitical tensions, a tanking economy, language and cultural barriers, and it doesn't help that the expat exodus really just validates his fears. And most of his friends and family thought that he was crazy to even think of going now. James was frozen with indecision and ended up staying put, slowly dying in his unfulfilling job. That is until I challenged him with one question during our coaching session. Well, actually, first I did acknowledge that 90% of people out there would probably think that he's crazy for wanting to move overseas in his cushy position at his age when everybody was being laid off left and right in tech. And then I asked, so instead of why is now the bad time, ask why is now the good time? As Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner and the master of mental models would say, invert, always invert. Turn a situation or a problem upside down. Look at it backward. This new question alone was enough to begin turning his death spiral around, but I went a step further and mapped out his responses to connect some dots. Over the course of our session, his perspectives started to shift. He realized that China was overflowing with AI potential, literally going gangbusters over there. The ongoing competition with the US could make his business experience navigating both worlds much more valuable, while the exodus of expats actually thinned his competition. Finally, this move would force him outside of his comfort zone and propel his growth to the next level. He realized that his domain expertise and appetite for change matched that of the quickly evolving China-US tech industry. On the personal side, Asia as an environment has always brought out his best self during his work trips there. Combining these insights together made it a no-brainer for him to move there. The single inverted question kicked off a line of thought that not only made his decision reasonable, but favorable and certain. With this supercharged mindset and reasoning, he approached his boss outlining his contributions and demands to the company, literally ready to leave if they didn't send him to Shenzhen within 3 months. Because his energy was resolute and determined going into the meeting and his case was rock solid, his company took him seriously and they actually gave it to him. In retrospect, the reality is that he had this leverage all along, but it wasn't until his mindset align with his intentions and actions. As of this video's publishing, he's moved out of San Francisco and is Shenzhen bound, stopping by Hawaii, Japan, and Taiwan for leisure while architecting the biggest partnership deal of his life from his hotel rooms. This one simple reframing exercise kicked him off on a completely new life trajectory. If you guys are finding this video useful right now, please consider hitting that like or subscribe button because it helps me out a lot. And it makes sure that this kind of information gets distributed to more people and help more folks who are basically in your same position. Anyways, let's get back into it. Why is this technique so effective? It's because the questions we ask ourselves direct our minds, which in turn influences our behaviors and outcomes. Humans are the only animals in the world that have this ability to ask questions, making it a powerful evolutionary advantage if used correctly. In fact, every invention that built up our civilization over the thousands of years is a result of questions and answers. On a personal level, I can tell you right now that it's far more beneficial to learn to ask ourselves empowering questions rather disempowering ones. Why are we prone to disempowering questions that automatically critique our situation? Well, it's because most of us high achievers are paid to problem solve, which also means we're subconsciously trained ourselves to view scenarios as problems to solve, but still problems. So with James, I simply asked an empowering question to balance out his default negative bias, and then took an analytical approach to answering it and breaking down into its components. The result is much more grounded and actionable than a lot of the Pollyannish positive psychology stuff out there. And here's the interesting thing. Once James made up his mind to go, the million why not questions or reasons basically didn't matter. He became resourceful and found creative ways to overcome these same challenges that used to stump him. That said, in order to prep him for the actual negotiations, we used another technique to prove beyond a doubt that he is critical to his organization. Without this strategy, his move might have failed. If you want some insurance, then I got the video right here for you. Or if you want to see how I personally applied this question inversion technique to launch 2 new businesses while dealing with massive life shakeups and managing 4 existing businesses, I've also got you covered. It's going to help you properly use this powerful framework to become much more confident in your decisions. I'll see you guys in the next one.